If you were to ask me what I thought the most challenging part of ROSTAL Devlog has been, I would tell you, without hesitation, the blood system. It's such a simple effect, really. Like, there's nothing that complicated going on here. Whenever a blood system, or whenever a blood pool is made, like it starts out like this little individual thing here, and then it checks like neighboring positions in a grid, and then it creates more, and then those create more, and then those create more, and so on. And the only thing it does that is mathematically intensive is raycasting 3 times per per part, per new part added. It checks for a floor first of all, and then okay, so like this one, if it wants to go this way, right, first it gets a position here, then it raycasts downward from there, and then it also raycasts from here to here and checks for a solid object like a wall, and will also check from here to here for another blood pool. And if it detects any of those things, it will not move because there's something blocking it. And that's it. That's in a nutshell how it works. It's not that much more complex than that internally. All these pools start with out with a juice value, and once that value reaches 0, they no longer have any more like blood to spare. But if you like bleed on it more, it'll create more parts because there's more juice in it. So what's the problem with this? It's very simply that these parts are not anchored. They constrain themselves to the surface they land on, and that's what they weld constraint. Very simple weld constraint. All these parts welded to this one base plate, and for some reason that causes lag whenever you add in another, just one part. Like that'll for some reason be laggy with each and every new blood pool you add. So as you can see here, there's no performance overhead because these are freshly constrained to a clean part, relatively. But if I go back over here, that dips my frames by 10. 10 frames lost from that. That's fucking insane. But over here it's fine. So what's the fix for that? Very simply, don't fucking do that. That's all really there is to it. So now if I go here, let's just make a shit ton of blood here. Nothing. No constraints, no problem. As you can see, it's perfectly fine, and this is probably more blood than you will see in a regular ROSTAL game at a given time. Yeah. In this new system, it behaves pretty similar to the old systems. There's the like the flowing, like, get up. I'm gonna. Like there's a flowing thing. Like if it's on an edge and it can't flow down, then it will just create like a little droplet. Or in this case, it's called a particle, and then will create a pool down where it hits. And another thing, this is new actually, when you destroy a window or something that had blood on it, that glass or that blood on it will drop down. And yeah, I think going forward what I will use is a like a hybrid sort of system with this, in that for solid objects like a base plate, blood droplets or blood pools will not use constraints or anything like that. They will be anchored, and they will, they'll be stationary. They won't move anyway. But for something like a prop or anything like that does move, but also that I want blood to get on, then we will use constraints for that, which shouldn't be too performance intensive since it only starts lagging after there's like a few hundred constraints on it at a given time, which is pretty excessive, especially if a prop is only like, I don't know, like yay big, right? But blood can't get on it anyway because it's not a solid object. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for your patience. I know it's been a while since I've touched the game, but I'm getting back into the swing of things, I think. I've been hit with a wave of motivation suddenly to work on it, and I think now that the most challenging part of ROSTAL development, and also the part of development that I hate the most, has been fixed, largely, it'll be easier for me to want to work on it. So, yeah. I forgot to say this in the video, but if there's anybody interested in, like, this place file, I will be leaving a link to a game in the description that's uncopy locked if you wanted to see how it worked or whatever. Everything will be as it is here with all the scripts or whatever. If you want to use it for anything, that's fine. I don't care. No credit necessary. But yeah, that will be in the description if you're interested. And thank you for watching.